What is up, 9Round Nation? Drew the captain here along with the Erinator, our newest member of the 9Round home office team and exercise specialist. You're going to be seeing the Erinator on a lot of things about 9Round, all the things that we film, from stuff on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, stuff for the trainers, the members, our franchisees, all that kind of stuff. You're going to be a part of it all. Are you ready for it all?
Yes, I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, this is the first time Erinator has done one of these live questions and answers, so this might be the first time a lot of you out in 9Round Nation have met Erin. While this is virtually, we'd still love to hear a little bit more about you, your background, how you got started with 9Round, whatever you want to tell 9Round Nation.
So I'm Erin, the Erinator Dixon. I've been in the fitness industry for over 10 years now, anywhere from personal training to working with teams and to instructing a lot of fitness classes. And I've also done a lot with wellness and nutritional background coaching as well. I actually started with 9Round as a member, and then I came on as a part-time trainer in good old 9Round Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Shout out.
Yeah. And then about 2 years ago, I came on as a manager, and now I'm here joining the home office to work with all of you.
Absolutely. Erin's been a great addition to the team. You actually may have seen Erin before on some child videos and things like that from a couple years ago. You were part of the original casting call group that did all these amazing 9Round Now videos, marketing videos, the daily workout screens, all that kind of fun stuff. So it's not your first time here at the home office, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm excited to be back and be even more involved with the program development side of things.
So Erin, the first question is, what's your favorite part about working with the captain every day? I'm kidding. That actually didn't come through.
Every day is a new adventure.
That's right. And that is true, right? Every day is a new adventure, but she's doing great. She's learned a ton of awesome things. So Erin, I think it's time we dig into the questions. You guys have provided us a lot of questions over the last week that we want to dig in and touch base with you on. If you have more questions while we're continuing to talk, just drop them in the comments below, and somebody behind the camera will feed them to me, and we'll try to get to as many questions as we can in the time that we have today.
Yes.
So the first question I think is a great question to start with, and it's, give me a great definition. What does a killer 9Round workout mean? And I think that's a great place to start, because that is something that a lot of people ask, especially someone that maybe has never been to 9Round before.
Yeah, very true.
And the 9Round workout is a 30-minute killer workout, and one of the best reasons why it's such an efficient 30-minute workout is you're constantly moving. So that's number one thing that I want you to focus on, or any 9Round member to focus on. I want you to keep moving for the entire 30 minutes. It's going to be hard. You're doing as many reps as possible for the entire 3-minute circuit, but that said, remember, we have a scientific system to the 9Round workout. You're doing as much as you can for that first 2.5 minutes of the 3-minute station. When it goes to 30 seconds left and that bell goes yellow, I need you, Erin needs you, everybody needs you to go as fast as possible. I want you to feel uncomfortable. If you're wearing a heart rate monitor, I want you to get close or maybe into that red zone. 92% of your match heart rate or higher. We want to burn those calories. We want to hit those results, and that finishing part of the round is so important to utilizing these 30 minutes for success with your workouts. Then, when it goes to that active break, continue to keep yourself moving. Bring that heart rate down slowly, not too fast. We don't want to crash that heart rate. And again, we want to have that great HIIT style workout, that high intensity interval training workout going, where we're going up with our heart rate, down with our heart rate, but we're doing it controlled. We're training our hearts to get better each and every day. So those are just a couple things to think about. Keep yourself moving and work as hard as possible in those last 30 seconds of every single round of your 9Round workout. Now, we had a great question just about ages when it comes to working out at 9Round. Erin, I'll let you kind of get into that.
Yeah, and that's another great question. And it really comes down to each individual state and their laws. So always good to check with your 9Round trainer or your studio on the exact age group. But for the most part, 16 or older is a great age to start with these workouts. Some states will allow up to 10 or 12 with some parental guidance, but we like to say 16 is a good general number.
Yeah, a lot of times too, it's just how tall some people are with some of the bags that we have at 9Round, just making sure we have the proper height that people can work out. Also, we want to make sure anybody that's under 16, is mature enough to be around and working out with adults and things like that. But all things to consider, no matter what, it's a great workout. Boxing and kickboxing is such a fun and safe workout to do. Your body's moving the way it was intended. So no matter what age, technically, it's pretty safe. But for the 9-round standards, what Erin was talking about makes total sense.
Yep.
I'm going to tackle the next question, Erin. The question was, what is the best time of day to work out? And this is a great question. I've heard this many, many times throughout my time at 9-round. And it's truly, there's science that goes with every part of the day is a great time to work out. So it truly becomes, when can you be the most successful and consistent with coming in 3 to 4 days a week and doing that 30-minute high-intensity interval training workout? So are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? You could always just find that out. Test it out both ways. Do 2 weeks with coming in before work, and then do 2 weeks coming in after work, and see which one you can kind of gain more traction on and coming in and hitting for success, and then doing it 3-4 days a week. Also, how's your body recovering?
Exactly.
Do you recover more in the mornings, or with a morning workout, or more with an evening workout? So again, it's totally becoming personal preference. It's totally on just how consistent that you can be with your workouts. I don't know if you had anything else to add to that.
No, I think a lot of it is, again, it's just that personal preference. If you like to get it done first thing in the day so you don't have any excuses to deter you from your workout later in the day, get it done. But if you find that you're just kind of going through the movements and you're not fully awake first thing in the morning, try it in the afternoon when you've had a chance to eat more, get more water in your system, be more alert and awake, and just see how your body responds that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Nutrition is key, right? For as much as you're going to push yourself through the workout, how are you setting yourself up for success with the workout? And that can come with the pre-planning. That's why, for example, for myself, I like to work out more in the afternoon, evening now, because I can really get my body hydrated. I can get all the proper nutrition in and kind of plan out my day with knowing that I'm working out at 5 at night. Now, that said, there's some great things with working out in the morning. You get that great epoch, and you're burning all these calories for longer throughout the day because you got your workout in early. Also, it's just from the mental check.
Yeah,
right?
you got that,
you have that done
workout done, and for some people, it's a great way to get their mind going for the day too. So
absolutely. So again, the best thing, journal it. Kind of take some good notes as maybe you're doing a test run for a week or two, trying the morning workouts, trying the afternoon workouts. What do you do most successfully? And then you figured out what works best for you.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Erin, I'm going to give this one to you. Is there any warm-up that you would recommend before doing 9-round?
So for our 9-round workouts, they're designed so that no matter what station you start with, ideally if you can start with that round 1, that jump rope station, that is a great warm-up. But we can't always start at round 1. So whatever station that you start at, think of those exercises as your warm-up, and use your heart rate monitor to your advantage. This is where you want to see, are you staying in that blue zone for at least halfway through the workout before you're jumping up to green. If you're doing that first round and you're completing it in red, you might be going a little too hard right from the start. So whether it's round 8, 9, 1, either one of those can be your warm-up round.
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. And using that heart rate, I think, is a great way to kind of cheat the system, but that's why we have the tech, so you can stay safe but also avoid injury. That's in every training book that I've ever read, it's always about trying to push your body, hit results, but also whatever we can do to avoid any sort of injuries, we always want to do that. So slowly building up that heart rate, getting that temperature up in the body is the best way to be very successful with your 9-round workouts. And what's great, either if you're jump roping or if you're at a bag for that first round, what have you, you can slowly build up that tempo and then just kind of get going. I actually found over the time where, over the COVID couple of years and the pandemic, I actually liked working out, starting at round 3 for whatever reason, because that just starting at that double-ended bag, I ended up hitting more pulse points and more calories for whatever reason. Yeah. Now, of course, I start jump rope more often than not. Yeah. But, don't be afraid of trying. If a trainer comes over and says, hey, Erin, I'm going to start you at round 7 today. I have a great drill for you. that's something to get excited about. It's something to try that's a little bit different to get your body warmed and going.
Yeah.
And then working the rest of the workout. And there's some other questions we might talk about, like plateauing and stuff like that. And I think that's fun to be able to start at any round at 9 round.
Yeah.
Get that warm up in no matter what round I'm at. And I can get through once I get back to the round I started. I know I'm done with an efficient workout. And you didn't have to go out and warm up beforehand. You just do it at the gym.
Right. You still have 8 more rounds to really get into that workout. So don't be afraid that you're not going to get the full 30 minutes. That first round, no matter where you start, designed to be your warm-up round.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get to the next question. This is always a fun question. I've gotten this many, many times. What types of shoes should I wear when working out at 9 round? A couple main things that I always think about when I'm talking to members about shoes. First, make it lightweight.
Yep.
Some sort of trainer or running shoe is perfect. You want it to be not full mesh is something that I always try to tell people, because we are kicking the bags. We want the shoes to be able to hold up against, kicking the bag really hard, doing those round kicks and side kicks
or those shoes with the buckles on it. If you hit that buckle wrong, it's not going to feel good on those kicks.
Let's not do that. Something else to consider is the bottom of the shoe. And why I always look into that is we don't want something with a lot of traction, like a trail running shoe, for example, because it's going to be very hard to pivot for that round kick, for example, and you could possibly injure your knee if all that traction of that shoe is kind of keeping you stuck on the mat versus letting you pivot, staying light on your feet and coming through. So that's why I've always kind of worked out with a Nike Free, for example. It's very flat on the bottom. It's easy to pivot and do round kicks very easily and move around. And also they're just super lightweight.
Yeah.
So
really any good cross training shoe, ideally, because we're not going such a linear motion. We're going to do a lot of movement, a lot of side-to-side patterns. So that's what cross-training shoes are designed for.
Exactly.
Having that minimal surface on the bottom, so that you're not getting like tripped up. But
yeah, of course. And then if you're ever dealing with like foot pain, I would always suggest going to a PT or someone that could maybe set you up with, inserts or something like that. But that's kind of a secondary question. I would go outside of just talking to your 9-round trainers for something like that. Probably get your gait, looked at and all that kind of stuff, and they can kind of set you up for success. So
yeah,
awesome. Erin, let's get on that plateau. And what is the best way, if I'm seeing a plateau in my weight loss journey, what would be a great way for me to kind of bust through that plateau and keep my results going?
Yeah, that's a great question. So really, if you ever have any goals or things lined up, you always want to look at the big picture. If you've completed some goals where you've hit a plateau, take a step back and look at what you've currently been doing and see how we can mix it up. So if your goal is at weight loss and you've hit that plateau, let's see how we can change up that routine. And by doing that, you can either, if you're going 3 days a week, talk to your trainer to see how you can change up those workouts already. Can you do more reps during that workout? Can you increase that weight a little bit more? Is there a way to challenge yourself a little bit more? Again, not being afraid to step out of the norm to do so. Or look at what you're doing outside the gym. Obviously, if you're working out a lot more, what are you doing for your nutritional? Are you fueling those workouts efficiently?
Yeah.
Are you eating enough? Are you eating correctly before and after your workouts? Another way to look at it is also your sleep and recovery. As we start putting our bodies through a lot more, we still need to equalize that with the proper sleep and recovery. So are we getting enough sleep? Do we need to challenge ourselves to try and get 30 more minutes of restful sleep or stretching? There's a lot of different ways to look at it, but the key is just take a look at what you're doing well, and then what can we do for an improvement or to mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely. I've said this a lot of times in these live Q&As. Get yourself a notebook and start taking some notes, or find an app. There's plenty of apps out there where you can log how your sleep was, what you ate that day, what you did for your workout.
How much water did you intake that day?
Totally. So it's hard to remember what you did day after day after day. So if I can look at something physically and after 2 weeks go back and look at all these notes, I could probably find something. Everyone could find something that they could possibly improve on and bust through that plateau, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many things that you could come with. What's great if you have those notes, you can go to your 9-round certified trainer. You could go to someone, they can look at it and maybe let's try this instead of that. Let's insert this workout, you know, going more. Maybe you're doing too much. You know, that can happen too. You know, there's a lot of times where people aren't eating enough calories is always something that I've seen in many, many years of working with clients that, hey, you know, you just started working out all the time, but you're eating like you were working, or you're eating like you aren't working out at all. And it's like, we need to insert more calories so we can get your body to recover, and then you can, you know, efficiently run your body to lose that weight.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can look at, but like I said, a notebook is a great way to start all that. So you can actually really look at what you've been doing well, what you may need to improve on, and like I said, even though our workouts change daily, how you put yourself through that workout is also another thing you can look at changing up.
Absolutely. Next question.
Yeah.
So I will talk about this one a little bit. How much should I stretch? It's a great question. So one of the things about stretching, a lot of people think that the time to stretch is always just after a workout. My body's warm, I can get into this deep stretch. You know, it's a pretty efficient stretch, and that's true. That's a great time to stretch. But I want you guys to focus a little bit more on consistency when it comes to something like stretching. And again, this health and fitness journey, it's a journey, and it's a lifestyle that I'm always trying to promote to a lot of people. So what are things that you do every day? You know, you wake up probably around the same time of day to go to work or whatever, or maybe your workout, and you probably go to bed at around the same time every day.
Yep.
So one of the great things that you can do is stretch, either right after you wake up or before you go to bed. It's going to assist your sleep, or it's going to assist the rest of your day. And you know, Kevin Hurricane Hudson, that we do a lot of our training with, our Shannon the Cannon's older, wiser brother, maybe. Sorry, I don't know. If Kevin was here, that's what he'd say.
Yeah.
But you know, he's a big advocate of stretching at the end of the day. It's going to help those muscles actually relax more while you're sleeping. You're going to end up getting better sleep, and you're going to get better recovery. And again, why I like stretching at the end of the day is I have the same routine. I brush my teeth. I do this, I do that before going to sleep. And just adding stretching into that protocol before going to sleep every night is such a way to get consistent stretching going. So find, you know, 3 to 5 stretches that work for you. Knock them out before you go to bed, and I almost guarantee that you're going to end up sleeping better. You're going to feel more rested when you wake up in the morning. Waking up and stretching is also great. What happens is while you're sleeping, you know, your muscles are going to get tight and kind of lock up. So starting the day with a good stretch is a good mental clarity, but it's also very good for those muscles to kind of get that good stretch, and then you'll feel better the rest of the day as well. So I would put, you know, before bed first, waking up in the morning kind of second, and that puts, you know, stretching before after a workout kind of third on that list, which is obviously still great. It helps avoid injuries down the line and all that kind of stuff. But again, we're looking for lifestyle changes right here. And so maybe try those tips with stretching before.
Yeah, whatever is consistent for your schedule. And even if you don't work out that day, or you worked out earlier in the day, your muscles had a chance to get warmed up all day. So that's another reason why I like, you know, right before bed too. You had the entire day to keep your muscles warm.
Absolutely. So let's continue kind of on this path a little bit. The next question is about recovery and what is some of the best advice for recovery after a workout so that the muscles heal more effectively. We've kind of already talked about the stretching part, but what else would you give someone about that?
Yeah, another big part of that is obviously your nutrition. You know, you need the right nutrition to fuel your workouts, but you also need the right nutrition for that recovery. You know, you used a lot of energy to do those exercises, to do that 30-minute kickboxing workout. So now how are you going to refuel, you know, everything you just burned in those muscles to keep you going? So you're always looking at, you know, are you consuming enough protein, carbs, and healthy fats, you know, throughout the day? Are you eating some protein and carbs, you know, within that 2-hour window after your workouts is another good you know, helpful tip, especially if you're really going hard during those workouts. What's some other good points? I could ramble on that forever.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we really nailed it too because we had already talked about stretching. So I think you really nailed down the rest of that. I think that's fantastic. So let's just get to the next question.
All right.
So I'm new to 9Round. How can I get the most out of my workout to help me lose weight and stay fit? I think we've already covered a decent amount of this stuff. One of the key things that I haven't really keyed in on is if you're new to 9Round, 3 days a week is the key. And not coming in, I know everyone's super excited. They just signed up for this awesome new gym.
Yeah.
They're pumped up, they're ready to come. And one of the most common things I see is I see them 5 days in a row.
Yep.
I'm like, Erin, it's so awesome to see you, but you just started.
Yeah. And then I won't see you for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
So you're so sore.
And Erin and I didn't even discuss this, and she knew that because we both worked with so many 9Round clients. And what happens, again, you know, you're excited, but your body's never given a chance to really truly recover from all those micro tears that happen in your workout. And it's going to turn into longer tears, and all of a sudden, I won't see you for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And then I'm bummed because I saw you these 5 great times, but it was all in the first week, and now you're stuck on the bench basically for 2 weeks trying to recover from an unfortunate injury, which, you know, was just you were so excited, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this is why we're here. If you can come in 3 days a week, find that Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, that Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, whatever it is, right? And give your body the right time to recover. You're going to constantly be able to come in 3 days a week for a much longer period of time, and you're going to see results. Versus 5 days a week really hard,
and then nothing
not
for 2
see
weeks.
you for 2 weeks, and then 5 times in a row again. You know what I mean? Now we have these huge gaps where it's going to be very hard to see results. So sometimes you got to restrict yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Get yourself a really good, what I would consider a base of fitness. You know, 9Round itself, you know, it's such a unique workout. You're boxing, you're kickboxing. 99% of the people that come to us have never punched or kicked before a day in their life. And that's what us trainers are there to help people like that out. So we teach you the proper form, how to punch, how to kick. And what's always great, what we always say about people that have never punched or kicked before is you have no bad habits. I can teach you how to do everything right the first time, and you're going to be anatomically correct. You're going to work those muscles properly. You're going to be engaging your core, and you're going to see great results super fast. But I need you to come in. And that's, again, where it comes, starting 3 days a week and slowly build yourself into 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to that?
I mean, even if you want to get on a good routine and you're worried that 3 days just isn't enough, but you want to set a good schedule, you know, those 2 or 3 other days, instead of coming in, go for a good recovery walk or stretching or yoga. You can still do, you know, a lighter activity just so you can plant the seed of creating that consistency. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, like in our studio per se to start. And that's just a great way to get that muscle recovery, and you can start, you know, listening to your body before you build it up too quickly.
Absolutely. Awesome. Let's get into the next question. So Erin, this is someone that's probably looking for a little help for what we do at round 1, the jump rope drill. Is there a jump rope tutorial or somewhere that this member can go to learn more about jump roping? It sounds like she might be a little bit frustrated with the jump rope.
I believe we have something in your member portal.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
We have what's called the One Basic Bounce Method. So you can go to your member portal. If you've never been to your member portal, you go to 9round.com. If you're a member, you have a login, so you click member login.
Yep.
And then you're in. Then you open up the tab on the side. There's 9Round Basics. There's advanced how-to videos, all kinds of stuff. But in there is a jump rope tutorial.
Video, yes.
So you can check that out.
And I feel like a lot of members, like on the first day, they used to jump rope all the time when they were a kid. So when they come in, they're just like, all right, I got this. And then realize, you know, it's kind of like getting off the bicycle for a little bit. You've got to come in with some consistency, and that's why we tend to work the same jump rope drill for a week. So you have a chance to really learn that drill before we throw something else new at you. But don't get frustrated. Everyone kind of has, you know, their own starting point with jump rope, but the tutorial at home is a nice way to, you know, practice it if you got a jump rope at home. And then in those modules are all these other great tips on how to have a successful workout as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Erin, we'll both answer this one. What is your recommendation for eating before and after your workout? What's like your go-to before workout? Is it a snack? Is it a drink? What would you normally do?
Again, personal preference. I know a lot of people who like having something liquid before. I personally need something a little bit more solid. And they always say, you know, at least within an hour before. I could eat a nutritional bar half hour before and feel fine. Some people need that good hour window of food to settle. It really just depends on your digestive tract. But I like something with a little bit of protein and like a simple carb, like banana and peanut butter. I'm a rice cake with peanut butter girl.
Yeah, nice.
Everything has peanut butter on it.
Nice. Yeah, totally. I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. I don't like working on an empty stomach, so I will normally eat like a peanut butter toast.
No one wants you working out hangry.
Exactly, no, because then I'll just go and eat food because I'm hungry the whole time, right? Or that's all I'm thinking about, and I have a bad workout because I just am wondering what am I eating afterwards. Right?
Exactly. But
so
if you're
putting something in the body.
Yeah, if you're tracking it, this is a great something else to include in your journal too. What are you eating before your workout? How long before? And how did you feel to actually execute or during that workout, and how you felt afterwards? That's a great way to journal, just to see that progress as well, and to play around with different things. There are times I've eaten something and I'm just like, ooh, that burrito before the workout was not good. Done that.
No, yeah,
don't recommend it.
Don't do that. And then as far as after the workout, the main thing that you always want to focus on is how can I get the fastest lean protein source possible? Essentially within about an hour after your workout is complete is pretty much just the general key. You know, and that's where the protein shakes sometimes, and that's why they're so popular, is because it can be very fast if you're a person that's on the go. Maybe you have to go back to work or what have you. You know, you can make yourself a smoothie or just a shake with milk or water and just get that protein into your system as fast as possible. But of course, if you have time to make a meal or something like that that has a good healthy carb, some good healthy fats, and a ton of lean protein, do that. That's great. But if you don't have that available to you, that's where the shakes come in.
And I'm a meal prepper, so I'll still plan my snacks around my workouts as well as my meals for the day too. So
absolutely. Awesome question. I love this because this is part of our overall mission of 9Round, and it's how can 9Round make me mentally stronger? This is an awesome question. This is a near and dear question to my heart because our mission is making members stronger in 30 minutes mentally and physically. And that's something that, you know, you and I truly believe in, and everybody believes in, that's associated with 9Round. And the physical side we talk about a lot, but the mental side is a whole other thing. And there's a lot of things that I could say about the mental side and what helps, but here's one of the main things that I love about 9Round. When I'm putting my wraps on, I'm turning everything off. Everything in the outside world gets turned off. All I'm focused on is the here and now, and that clarity, that turning off of work and what I'm going to eat for dinner and that phone call I need to make after this workout. It all goes away, and it's almost like a meditative state because all you're worried about is the next 30 minutes. And maybe that trainer, and oh man, I got the crazy trainer today. He or she's gonna kick my butt, right?
Or if I'm in a bad mood, he's gonna get me out of it.
That's right. Yeah, totally. And I mean, that's a great point. I mean, I've literally had members in tears at round 5 because they're hitting their stress away. And you know, us as trainers, we never know what people are coming in with. And we're just there to, you know, give them that great workout and be, you know, that positive figure in their life. But, you know, I've had so many people just, you know, have like those therapeutic moments while at the gym. And, you know, there's just nothing better than punching and kicking, you know, the bejesus out of some sort of a bag. And
that round 4 is your therapist. Let it all out.
Exactly. So that's where it comes in. It's just that singular focus on one task for the next 30 minutes, turning everything off. It's just such a great feeling. And then it's that sense of accomplishment when you're done. Did I get my 60 and 30? Meaning 60 pulse points in 30 minutes. Boom, I did. I feel better about myself, right? You know, that blood flow, that energy, all those endorphins that come from working out, that's all part of just getting that nice mental reset to finish the day, to start the day, to keep the day going, what have you. So it's something that's pretty cool. Yeah.
You see our members go through it every day. And even for myself, if I leave there sweaty and looking like a lobster, I know I accomplished my 30 minutes.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Any tips for the speed bag? Do you have any tips that come to the top of your head when it comes to someone that struggles with that 3-count rhythm on the speed bag?
I feel like it's just like the jump rope, consistency. Keep trying to work that 3-count rhythm. I believe there's another module for that as well. Let your trainers help you. Another key thing is sometimes, we change up the combination on the bags, but don't try and go crazy with the combination. If you're still working on getting just that single side down and then work that other single, and then we'll bring on that alternating, and then we'll work into those combos. But I feel like consistency, let yourself relax, don't get too frustrated with it, and then it will click. And when it does, that feeling is just like, yeah, got it.
So I'm gonna go trainer mode on this one for a second, if you don't mind. So, couple main keys. If you're new to 9Round and you're having a hard time with the speed bag, couple things to focus on. First, a lot of people think they need to be in a fighter stance when they're at the speed bag. One of the reasons why this makes it difficult is my front hand is a lot closer to the bag than my rear hand. So if you're a beginner at 9Round and you're having a hard time with the speed bag, square up. Keep your feet square to the bag. This puts your shoulders square to the bag. This keeps your hands equal distance from the bag. Next, keep that elbow up. Make sure that you're hitting with the side of the hand. And as you hit, one of the things that beginners do, instead of keeping this elbow in one spot, everything moves like this. This is going to make it harder to keep that 3-count rhythm. So to find that consistency, keep that elbow in one spot and then just move that hand accordingly.
Or I feel like they're trying to chop it at the jugular.
Exactly. Still make that circle with the hand. Hit with this side, with the side of your hand, not behind the hand, not with the knuckles. That's one where you want to keep that hand up, keep it flowing. So try to square up, stay tall, keep that core tight, and then work that 3-count rhythm. And give that a try and see if that helps. Erin, here's the other great question. This must be someone that hasn't tried 9Round yet, and I'm very, very happy that you're listening right now. I've never done kickboxing before. Is 9Round the right place for me?
Ooh, great question. I mean, we are a kickboxing studio, so I think we touched base on a lot of these, throughout the questions, but the trainers are there to work with you. So we love people that are brand new to boxing, kickboxing, or even just starting their fitness journey. Our workouts are designed to be scalable so that we're going to meet you where you're at with your fitness level and teach you kickboxing. Just like anything, you start with your basics, we get the good form down, and then we just keep progressing it from there.
Absolutely. So. Just like training with any other type of trainer in the fitness industry, here's your start line, and we're going to start building you up between your skills, your strength, your cardio, your core strength, all that kind of stuff is going to just progress. And one of the reasons why kickboxing is such a great workout for anyone and everyone is because it's very, very, very safe. You're moving in the way that your body is intended to move. That's why we don't see a ton of injuries at 9Round. People are punching, kicking with the intensity that is comfortable for them. Yeah. We as trainers are going to try to get them out of their comfort zones. But again, we are going to slowly progress for you those skills, that skill set, that strength, all that kind of stuff. But again, utilizing the punching bags as your resistance. Yep. It's also going to keep your heart rate up, because this is one of the best things about kickboxing, and it's one of the hardest things in the fitness industry to do. It's doing two things at the same time. You're going to burn calories through fat, so you're burning your belly fat, and you're building lean muscle mass, and you're doing that at the exact same time. Yep. And it's normally either one or the other. But in kickboxing and this HIIT style format of the 3-minute round or the 3-minute station with that 30-second active break, you're getting the best of both worlds, which is one of the most incredible things about boxing and kickboxing. Yeah.
So if you have a studio near you, reach out to them and they'll set you up with that introductory workout and take you through so you can actually try everything with a trainer, and they're going to teach you all those basic movement patterns.
Absolutely. Someone else asked, do you recommend changing to bigger weights? Now that's a great question. It can become, that's a little bit of a loaded question a little bit. What are your fitness goals first? But for everybody, I mean, I think if you're finding that if maybe you're working out at home or even at 9Round and you always just grab the 8s or the 10s because that's kind of your comfort zone. Yeah. Absolutely. Talk to the trainer. Maybe, instead of doing a rep, the high rep, and I'm really talking if you're working out at home and you're someone that does like 15 bicep bicep curls in a row with the 8-pound weights. Try to grab the 12s and do them 10 times and do that and see the difference. That's okay. That's good to kind of change and play with weights and reps and all kind of stuff. I could actually say the other way too. I used to do this with clients all the time because a lot of people think bigger is better all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like in Texas. I think that's what they say, right? But sometimes if you decrease the weight, focus even more on your form, slowing things down with a little bit lesser weight, that can be just as difficult as just going right to the bigger weight because that's what you're supposed to do and I'm supposed to get stronger.
Exactly.
Right?
I was going to say quality over quantity. If you're going bigger weights but you can't go through the full movement patterns or you're losing your form because the weights are too heavy, then yeah, pull it back. Or if you're stuck in that, doing 8 pounds for everything, step out of that comfort zone. But keep that form good.
But both ways is something to consider.
Yeah.
Increasing the weight, dropping down your reps, or dropping down the weight and increasing your reps, both can be things to bust out of the plateaus like we were kind of talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's another great
well.
reason.
So, all right, 9Round Nation, I believe that's all the questions that we had. This was super fun. Erin, did you enjoy yourself?
This was great. I hope to do it again, have even more questions from you guys.
Oh, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about that. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for your questions, and we'll see you again very soon.